Hi everyone and welcome along. So I didn't really get a chance to tell you in the last video I did the Gyaradoga weathering, etc. Because again I messed up my recording and I actually deleted the end part, what was on the card, but I do apologise about that. What I was going to say was what's up next is my high new Gundam head. So we'll be making a start on that, and how I'm going to go about it is I'm going to start with some white surface primer, and I'm not going to pre-shade. No, that's right, I'm not going to pre-shade. It's going to have a very clean look, and the way I'm going to bring out detail is by doing lots and lots of masking on all the different parts, and that should really showcase and highlight the detail that the model has. Now it's all been sorted out. So after I've primed it, I'm going to go straight in with the colours. So you've got your whites here, for example. Let's just bring these into shot. These are some of the sides of the head. Like this part here, I'll use the cold grey, which is very light grey, almost white, on these areas here. Then I'll mask up, and then I'll come in with the light brown grey on these parts here. And there's a few places on that I want to do with the head there, and just over the eyebrows there, and inside this recess here where the head Vulcans sit, and a few other places around. All the other white bits are going to get that two-tone look. So another part, the V fin, this is a very yellow. So what I might do, I might use this golden yellow instead, or in conjunction with. So I will do a video about the V fin and what I'm going to do with that, or not a video as such, it'll be part of this video. The red, the blue, and so once those are done with, obviously I'll want to be glossing it. Now I've been trying, you know, to get my glossing right, and that's because I want to start using these more, the Panaline accent colours. Now, I have used them in the past, and I've used them to great effect in the past, but they didn't seem to work too well over an acrylic gloss. So I was doing some my rounds on YouTube, and I saw some aircraft modelers using this stuff, and it's the Mr. Hobby, Mr. Colour GX. I think it's super clear or something like that they call it. It's a very thick acrylic gloss coat, and I'll be thinning it with this. I did try to see if it could be thin with lacquer thinner or cellulose thinner, but it didn't go too well. So yeah, I'll be trying some of that, and you'll see how it goes. I know it needs a good amount of time to dry, not like the floor polish stuff, because this is a proper gloss. And the reason why, like I said, I want to use it is because over the top of the enamel paints, I was using sorry, lacquer paints, I was using this stuff, and this is the metallizer. Now it's great, and the wash will zip around all the recesses, but what happens, because you put in enamel onto enamel, when it comes to the cleanup with enamel thinner, you have to be super careful, because otherwise you just start taking this away and it eats straight down to your paintwork. So yeah, I've been trying to find something to do a better job than this. This is great, don't get me wrong, it's great, and it does the job for sealing your paint, and when you handle it, it will protect it. But I want a much better, much more resilient gloss to help me out with the Panaline washes. Right then, so sticking it together, I'm going to be using Tamiya Extra Thin, some probably the Revell stuff for thicker, and if it's really stubborn, I've got some Zappa Gap and some Activator. So hopefully it'll be a very simple, easy paint job and build. All the colours are in there. These little parts there, they'll probably end up being brush painted, and then to disguise any mistakes, obviously using the black, and that'll go into the recesses, and it'll give it you know, a much better look. Again, these parts, where are they? Nope. Oh, there they are. Like these parts here, those will be brush painted, and any mistakes will be disguised with a bit of a wash. And I think it's mainly metallics, as you can see. There's lots and lots of bits there, and there's lots and lots of masking options and lots of detail to begin with. So, for instance, I might be using I didn't bring my old clads out actually. Stainless steel duralanium, but on these raised parts, I might use this medium gunship grey to give it a different tone. So you'll have a shiny metal, very reflective metal that'll get masked up, and then you'll have a dull satin finish on these parts, and it'll give it good contrast hopefully. Again here, these parts, the central parts, nice and shiny. Paint out detail in those, get those masked up and sprayed, but on these raised parts, so it looks like a black rubber bumper type thing, because that's just inside the right by the chin. So then, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go away. I'm going to prime white parts with white paint, and I don't think you guys want to see me do that. So when I come back, I should have them all primed. I should have them painted. This is the white, by the way. Have them painted in the white and the brown grey, and I should have them glossed. And it's at that point I'll come back to see how that gloss behaves with the washes. Oh, and I'll have deckled as well. So I will see you in a bit. Okay, so I've spent a good couple of hours on and off masking these parts up, and they're going to get a coat of light brown grey, and so this is the effect that it'll end up having, which is like a very subtle light grey and slightly dark grey. But yeah, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a layer of paint on these now, and I'll show you more when I unmask them. Okay, so those are all the white parts done now. I've just put this together here, just loosely, just to see how it looks all deckled up now. Get a bit of focus. Painted those the green parts for the cameras with the Tamiya clear green, and all the little silver parts that you see are painted with the Vallejo liquid gold range, apart from this, which was sprayed up first with Alclad airframe aluminium, and then it was masked, and then it was re-primed and the white went over the top of that. Right, what's next? So these are the internal parts of the head, some of the other external parts, and the LED unit. Now that has got to be in place before it gets mounted to the base. What else did I do as well? Sorry, I did forget something. These are the head Vulcans. Now on there, I don't know whether you can see. I'll see if I can get a little bit of zoom. You can see those three. Well, what I put in there, a little bit of a barrel, because it was just a very plain looking. So I got the back of a cotton swab and I cut them out of equal size and I glued them in there, and it looks more like a Vulcan barrel now. So okay then, I'm going to come back when all these parts are done. We're going to review those, and it's ready for a bit of an assemble job, including the top half of the LED. So I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so what I've done here, you can see I've masked the top half of the V-fins on both sides, and the idea is I'm going to use two different shades of yellow. I'm going to start on the underside, which is the unmasked side of the V-fin. I'm going to go from dark, using this Model Air golden yellow on both sides, and then come in with the light halfway up, and the same on the smaller part of the V-fin. And then I'm going to wait till it dries. I'm going to unmask, and then I'm going to remask the side I've painted, and then do the opposite, go from light, dark at the top, down to light at the base, and yeah, we'll give it a go. If it doesn't work out, we'll just pop into some isopropanol, strip the paint off and start again, but I can't see it being that bad, and that should give a kind of a glinting effect. So yeah, I'll get it sprayed up and let you know what it looks like as soon as I've finished. Okay, that's the head portion of the Gundam hen. I knew Gundam hen model done. If you have a look at the V-fin, let's just get it into manual. Other way, yeah, that's it. As you can see, the transition of the colour's not as good as I thought it was going to be. I should have used an orange, then blended it into yellow, and then a really light yellow. But still, it's still a nice V-fin, and I like the way it's turned out. The Ed Vulcans, I sprayed those with polished aluminium, alclad polished aluminium, and the rest of it was, as you know, was sprayed using the Ammo for MiG Gundam set. So let's just set the camera down there and just do this. So yeah, that's all that's working. The LEDs inside. So what's next? It's the I suppose the chest and the stand for it as well. So that's been part one, I suppose, and I'll get back with you for part two as soon as I can. Cheers. Okay, just a little footnote before I go. I did say I was going to use the Mr. Colour GX Super Clear. However, I didn't get round to using it because I was led to believe, this is not my fault, I was led to believe it was an acrylic thinner. But as soon as I opened the lid, it did smell very much like a cellulose lacquer one. So I used a bit of this cellulose thinner. Now, if you look at it, just say clean up, which would say to you that it's a little bit stronger for getting rid of the cellulose paint out of brushes or spray guns and things like that. So I did have some trouble when I come to spray. I was spraying it and things were coming out matte rather than the gloss that they should be, even at a low air pressure. So I got in touch with Matt Morosic, who used this in his latest Cassatria video, his work in progress, and I asked him what the problem was, and he says, why not try using the actual Mr. Colour thinner rather than your own cellulose thinner, which, if you think about it, makes perfect sense, because, you know, if this is for clean up, perhaps it does go a little bit hotter than what the thinner does for the varnish itself. So that's what happens when you stick it with acrylic thinner. Looks a bit like a lava lamp. But yeah, I won't be doing that again in a hurry, but I will buy some, I'll buy a fresh tub of this, and I'll buy the correct thinner for it, and at some point along the line I will do that. And another thing as well, just a few moments ago I reached 3,000 subs, so thank you all for subbing. I really do appreciate it, it's great. And let's just swing over here. Last thing, this is the this is all the chest and body section on its pegs, ready to be primed and sprayed. So this time, bye bye.